Let's go! Adrenaline! Adrenaline! Running through my veins!
Good morning, I'm Robin Banks. Welcome back to the Formula X1X Championship. The British Heart Foundation provides funding for research on all kinds of heart disease defects and tech for the future, including mechanical hearts and transplants. It's a very close-to-home charity, so we support it all we can. And you can too. Just tap in bhf.org.uk on your web browser, and please help in any way you can. Round 8, and we're in Italy, at the historic Monza circuit located outside the town of Monza itself. A famed circuit completed in 1922, this is the third oldest in the world. While it was originally an oval shape, today it's a different animal, combining super-fast sections with low-speed chicanes, leading into consecutive corners, creating a very challenging experience indeed. The track is just under 3.6 miles in length, with a longest straight of just over half a mile and a total of 11 corners. As Rico Mortis got pushed back, Damon Puntarino led the charge at Spa. It wasn't enough, however, as the newly charged Artie Fenati swept into first place in the last run after a mistake from Brian Messiah opened up the door. Artie put on a fantastic display of racecraft, crossing the finish line to take his first win of the season, with Brian Messiah in second and Damon Puntarino completing the podium. Rico Mortis also made a mistake in the pits and finished in 6th place, with his closest danger man Carlos Puntarino in 4th place. I'll hand you over now to our ex-race driver and technical guru Dave Unshaw, who has been out in his car this morning doing our lap focus. Dave said he loves this track and he feels very privileged to be here enjoying it. How's it going, Dave?
Many thanks, Robin! This is an absolutely phenomenal high-speed track, and it's really hard to get these chicanes right, but here we go! Hammering down the main straight, hitting speeds of 184 mile an hour in 6th gear, down towards Rettifilo. You've really got to get this right, because this could ruin your whole lap in one fell swoop. Hitting it nice and tight, 47 mile an hour through here into 1st gear, and then on the gas, building speed around Viasono, 163 mile an hour 6th gear through here, hitting speeds of 180 mile an hour 6th gear towards the end of the run, and up comes another chicane. Seconda, 71 mile an hour 2nd gear into the left-hander, into the right-hander, and then back on the gas, down towards Lesmo 1, 140 mile an hour 5th gear, then hard on the brakes, swing it into the corner, and then down towards Lesmo 2, 121 mile an hour 4th gear, 113 through here, and then building speed all the way down the back straight towards Ascari, 182 mile an hour 6th gear down through here, before dropping down to 4th gear, 126 mile an hour into the left-hander. Really hard to get this one right. Back onto the back straight, 142 mile an hour 5th gear coming out of there, and then building up to 184 mile an hour 6th gear down towards the Parabolica. This is also a really hard corner, can also make or break the end of your lap. 125 mile an hour 4th gear through here, tyres howling and getting on the gas as quick as you can, up towards the finish line, crossing at 172 mile an hour 6th gear. It's unbelievably fast, no time for a break here. Gonna be a really hard race. Good luck, guys!
Many thanks, Dave. Superb lap. You made it through those chicanes pretty good, I thought. So let's go down to the grid and take a look at our lineup today with a whopping 127 lap. Archie Angelo on pole position with David Puntarino in 2nd place. 3rd place for Carlos Puntarino. 4th for Alex Anders. 5th, Wyatt Earp. 6th for our wildcard Slugsy Malone. 7th for Brian Messiah. At 8th position for Halen Van Eddy. Our championship leader Rico Mortis is all the way back in 9th place, with 10th place for our wildcard Kurt Bees and Simon Bouquet rounding out the grid in 11th place. Lydia Champagne had a technical and couldn't join the race. Weather looks good, track temperature looks good. This should be one hell of a lap. So here we go for round 8 of the British Heart Foundation Formula X1X Championship live from Monza. And the engines are revving and away we go. Everyone gets a good start. Damon Puntarino desperately trying to make up that place. Well, Carlos Punterino in third position. Getting backed up. Carlos is all out of shape, getting backed up the rear by his teammate Wyatt Earp. Can they make it through the chicane in one piece? David Punterino spins out on the chicane. That's really going to cost him dearly. Back to 6th place, could be 7th as well. Rico Mortis is in 8th place. He's gained one position there. Slugsy Malone and Gert B's all over the back of him. Down towards Seconda they go. Rico right on the back of David Punterino, trying to get up the inside. That ain't gonna work. 2 cars wide through Seconda. Who can get away clean? Rico pushed back to 9th place. Simon Bouquet challenging Gert B's for that position. Archie Angelo doing a great job getting away in first place. Absolutely fantastic stuff from Archie Angelo and his teammate Alexander's right up behind him. Carlos Punterino in 3rd place with Wyatt Earp in a staggering 4th place. Well done, Wyatt Earp. Archie Angelo trying to keep it clean through Ascari. Very difficult part of the track, as Dave said. Really difficult not to hit those sausages and mess the lap up. Down they go. Carlos Punterino is right on the back of Alexander's. Into the Parabolica. Really quick through here. Trying to get a good exit out of here. Is absolutely top of the list. Hello, we've had a replay. What's happened here? Simon Bouquet went off on Lesbo 1. That's very unfortunate for Simon Bouquet. He'll be really kicking himself for that. Awful making a mistake on the first lap. Alexander's trying to go up the inside of his teammate Archie Angelo into the Rettifilo. Can he get it stopped? Looking good so far. He's missed his braking zone and gone straight on. That's cost him dearly. That's put him back to 5th place at the moment, but David Punterino's right on his rear. That was a lucky escape there. Carlos Punterino's up to 2nd place now, right on the back of Archie Angelo around Biasono. Can Carlos get that inside line into the Seconda chicane? Almost. Archie Angelo's late on the brakes. That shut the door. Wyatt Earp is right on the back of his teammate with Brian Messiah, and Alexander's in hot pursuit. Down towards Lesbo 1. Carlos Punterino gets a lovely drag. Wyatt Earp goes a little bit wide. You've really got to watch that exit there. That gravel trap can drag you right in. Down the back straight they go. Reaching speeds of 180 plus miles an hour. This is a great spot for slipstreaming down through here, but you've got to watch that entry into Ascari. You can go in there very, very quick indeed. David Punterino slapping that sausage. Loving this. Right up the back of Alexander's, trying to get that drive down towards the Parabolica. Can he get up the inside? Can he maintain that speed? Alex is doing really well. He's late on the brakes. Shut the door. That looked like Wyatt Earp went really wide into Parabolica there. What an absolute belter of a race so far from Wyatt Earp in 4th position. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Carlos Punterino taking that outside line into Rettifilo, which will put him on the inside on the exit. But can Archie get him stopped? He does. What a great move. Archie Angelo shut the door and said, no way, my friend. Down towards Biasono, building speed all the way around here. Really hard on the tyres. You are pushing the car to absolute limit. Carlos Punterino gets a move up the inside of Archie Angelo. Can he get it stopped in the Seconda chicane? Lovely move by Carlos Punterino, bagging those curbs. You've got to be so careful there. Those sausages could upset the car and push you into the gravel trap. Archie Angelo trying to hang on to that 2nd place. He's got Brian Messiah almost on him. Everyone looking for a good result. Alexander's has gone into the gravel trap, and that's allowed David Punterino up to 5th place. Down the back straight, Alex will be cussing himself for that. I'll tell you what, Dave, this is a hell of a fast race. It is the speeds they travel down for it. Hello, looks like David Punterino's lost it. That's going into Ascari. That's going to cost him nearly 10th place. That's pushed him back to, look like Slugsy caught him there as well. He has, look, there's Slugsy on the left-hand side. Let's have a look. Damon, what's happening here? Damon's coming back on the track. Ooh, Slugsy just caught the rear of his car and went off then. Oh, that's awful. I'm sure Damon will let him back through though. He's a good sportsman. Yeah, he's slowing down. Good stuff, Damon Punterino. Unfortunate crash there. I tell you what, Dave, that is so fast through Ascari there. There must have been some underpants flying up into the sky, I would have thought. Oh, definitely been some underpants. It's really quick into there, and you've got to be so careful not to slap those sausages. Archie Angelo trying to be as late on the brakes as he possibly dare, but Brian's got that inside line on exit. and he gets past. Brilliant move by Brian Messiah. That was well set up, Dave. Brian knew exactly what was going to happen there. He set that up from a long way back, made sure he was in the right position. It's, it kind of goes against the grain a bit. You think to yourself, I'll go up the right and block into the chicane, but on the exit, you capitalise by being on the inside coming out. And the other car can get pushed wide so easily. Got to be really careful. It is, as you say, an absolute clench fest going into these chicanes. Wyatt Earp running in 4th place, Dave. Although he's just got into the gravel trap and probably let Alexander's through. Good to see Wyatt back, and on Carlos's team as well. He deserves to have his teammate with him, helping him get points to win or get a good result out of the team championship. But yeah, Wyatt's doing a fantastic job here. I really hope he does get a good result today, Dave, because he's a very good driver and the guys all like him, a lot. So, it'd be good to see him back in the championship. Gerd Bees in 7th place. Fantastic for the wild card of Gerd Bees. Doing a great job, Dave. Let's not forget, Gert's new to the championship, still finding his feet. I know it's round 8 now and there's only 2 more to go after this one, but I reckon he'll start coming good now. Definitely. Simon Bouquet in 11th place. So sad to see Simon crash on that first lap. That really does cost you there. It is, you're dead right. It's, it's very sad to see Simon struggling a little bit. I know these cars don't suit everybody, and it is a very, very difficult championship, and there are some very quick drivers here to compete against. No doubt about that. Simon's made us stern stuff though. He'll just take it on the chin and get as much miles in this car as he can. That's what I'd be doing. I'd just practice on me laps now and get some good track info. Does that really help though, Dave? When you're bombing around, lap after lap, does it help? Obviously it helps you improve. Of course it does. You know if you make a mistake on a certain corner and you lose time, because you can watch your time and you can look at it and go, right, I need to do this next time I come round to that corner. I know you have to kind of remember every corner, but you soon get used to it. Carlos Punterino taking the scenic route around the Parabolica there, Dave. That's what happens when you come into there too hot. You have to find the right place for your braking zone and then swing it in and pick up that apex on the entry and then go out wide on the exit. Some of them do stay in tight around that corner, but others slingshot around the outside like you can see here. I suppose it's what works best for each individual. Of course, there ain't no rules. You can you do the lap any way you see fit, and if you find a place where you can gain time, then the drivers will take it. And it ain't long before everybody else cottons on and starts doing the same thing. Do drivers, look at other drivers, Dave, and see what they're up to and see where they're gaining time? Of course they do. It's a big part of racing. It's a good way to learn. If you're struggling at a certain point, you can have a look and see what somebody else is doing, and that will help you improve no end. I know one thing, talking about improvement, Archie Angelo seems to be on fire this weekend. It is fantastic to see Archie at the sharp end. I just hope he can stay sunny side up, that's all. I'd love to see Alexander's get a good result as well. I think the British racing team really do deserve some good results. They have the talent, they just need to put it to good use. They are both very talented drivers indeed. They just got to bring it all together like they are today. It looks good. I know Alex has made a bit of a mistake, but he's back up into 4th place now, which is showing that he's definitely got the pace. I tell you what though, Dave, Carlos Punterino looks like he's running away with this. Never discount Carlos Punterino in a race. He loves this track, and I'm sure he's going to be, I have a feeling he's going to win this one, which is going to put a lot more pressure on Rico. Of course, Rico had a bad qualifying as well and ended up being in 9th, so he's up to 5th now, so he's got a long way to go to get on the back of Carlos Punterino. I'm not sure that is possible today. I suppose Rico's just got to keep his head though, Dave, come out with the best result. What is he? He's 25 points in the lead, so he's got a little bit of leeway there, but definitely cannot afford to lose too much in points. Absolutely not. He's got to keep his head. Hello, what's happening here? Alexander's looks like he's missed his braking zone again. That's the second time he's done that now, and that's let Wyatt Earp through and pushed himself back to 6. On board with Rico Mortis chasing Wyatt Earp through Ascari. You can see how fast it is through here, folks. Neither Wyatt nor Rico was hanging a trout through Ascari, Dave. When you say hanging a trout, is that slang, Robin? I'm trying to expand my vocabulary, Dave, and hanging a trout means not hanging about. I didn't gather what it meant, I just wanted you to explain it to our audience. I'm sure our audience know exactly what I'm talking about. Rico Mortis gets up into 4th place with that lovely line-up move coming out of the parabolica, but Wyatt Earp says he's not having any of it. Little bit of a bump up the rear, but that's okay between friends. Rico gets a good exit out of the Rettofilo chicane. Around Miyasono, Wyatt Earp desperately trying to hang into that slipstream. He knows if the gap expands too much, you don't have a shot in hell of getting anywhere close unless you use your boost, Dave. Wyatt's good on the entry into the Seconda chicane, though, Dave. Wyatt's got some form here, I tell you. He's really, really impressing me today. He's doing very, very well. I know he's had a couple of gravel trap tickles, but no, he's running good in 5th. Definitely. What are we on now? We're on lap 8. I would imagine, tyres are going to be starting to come into play now as well, which is probably why Rico's gaining some ground. But he definitely ain't catching Carlos Punterino, that's for sure. Carlos is always good at Monza, and so's Brian Moscaya as well. Watch out, but don't discount Brian. He is very, very quick round here. Yeah, they both love the place. I've seen Brian in a lot of other races around here, and he is very, very fast. Loves it, absolutely loves it. Alexander's tear-bottoming around the parabolica. See how you used my clean version there, Dave? You did. You kept it clean. David Punterino goes very wide. Yeah, definitely went into there way too hot. I know David Punterino's not feeling very well though, Dave. I think he's got a touch of flu or something. Do you know, right, I saw that they realised that Damon wasn't very well, right, and instantly Hans-Off Verberger runs in with his anti-bogey setup and slaps it on his helmet. Well, I would imagine Hans-Off is probably, making use of some good testing time, I would think. I must admit, though, that anti-bogey is a work of genius. I've seen it working now, and it is working quite good. Hello,
ladies and gentlemen, as you may be aware, unfortunately, we are having some problems providing a fully functional internet connection. Our technical team are working tirelessly to ensure the service is resumed as soon as possible. In the meantime, could you please stop throwing anything you can lay your hands on at the team and allow them to work safely? We are sorry once again for any inconvenience. Thank you.
Oh, blimey, I tell you, they'll be going bloody nuts down there with no internet connection. How can you do your blog? I know a lot of people, they stream the race and all their goings-ons while they're at the track and stuff like that. They'll be going absolutely berserk, Dave. 2 minutes out of Facebook and we go into anarchy, I'll tell you. You look out. Judging by the look of it, of the, signposts and bits of fencing that's flying up into the air and over at the team working at the internet, I would imagine that, we won't be long before we have to call in the troops. Yeah, I'll tell you what, it is so funny this day and age, it's like the two things that are absolute, the pivotal of life in general is bog roll and the internet. Don't forget to do TV on Black Friday as well, Dave. I've seen many a tug of war on a TV, on Black Friday. What are we coming to? Where we're ripping bog roll out of the hands of old ladies and, chucking, heavy, anything we can lay our hands on at a team who are trying to get a service working again. Well, I've heard many people say, Dave, that life without the phone would be no life at all. Years ago, we never had a phone. You would go out in the morning and that'd be it. You wouldn't see your Idner Air or anybody all day until you came home and said, "Oh, love, how's your day been?" It is absolutely incredible how we share every moment of our lives with, with the rest of the world. It really is. It's bizarre. One day I'm sure it will all come to a crash. It will. As soon as the electricity goes out, we'll all be trying to kill each other. You wait. Anyway, folks, enough doom and gloom. White Earth is running in third place, right up the jacksie of Alexander's. Archie Angelo's back in first. Some guys have gone in the pits, so that's shaken the order up a little bit. Simon Bouquet in sixth place. Rico Mortis in seventh. I think Rico and Brian have just pitted. Carlos pitted a lap later, I do believe. We were too busy putting the world to rights to take any notice, folks. I do apologise. Rico shoots around his teammate who lets him through. Hammering around Miosono down towards the Seconda chicane. Looks to me like Simon's trying to hang on to the back of his teammate here. I don't blame him. Use that slip. That's what I'd do. He'll be watching Rico. Only problem is he might need a pair of binoculars in a minute. It is very, very quick into here indeed. Got to watch that exit too, because if you clip the wall, I've seen Wyatt hit that a couple of times and it pushed him wide. You do come round here and kind of keep your eye on that apex as you're coming round, and you've got to be careful not to clip that wall, because as you say, Robin, it will push you into that gravel trap if you're not careful. Carlos Monterino currently running in fourth place. He's got in the pits. Alexanders and Archie Angelo are also in the pits at the moment, and so is White Earth, so that will put Carlos back into first place. Brian Messiah and Rico are in fifth and sixth consecutively, but once they come past the pits, I would imagine they'll be in second and third. Yeah, you're dead right. That's put Brian and Rico now into third place. Rico seems to be doing very good, Dave, to get up into third. He has done quite well to get into third place, but I fear that Archie Angelo is going to be right on him very, very shortly, because Archie's got blistering pace round here. What do you think's happened to Archie then, Dave? Do you think he's banged his head or something and, suddenly woke up, like Lewis Hamilton or something? I would imagine he's just took a long look at his strategy, and now he attacks these races and thought to himself, you know what, I'm going to change this. And whatever it is, it's working. Great stuff. That's what we all want. Everybody having a pop at the top five. Sliding nicely through the Retafilo chicane. Gerd B's coming around Miosono in seventh place. That's good. He's got David Punterino almost on the back of him, though, slamming into that sausage on the exit. That really does chuck you wide if you hit that hard, Dave. Or you catch that sausage wrong, it really does upset the car. Best way I've found of going in there is to go straight over the first sausage and then come around that one, because that one is a little bit higher, I think. Are you heavy on the brakes through there, Dave? Or, trail braking, as you call it? How does it work? As a rule, as you come into that Seconda chicane, you hit the brakes just before the 100-metre board, and then you'll sort of aim the car to come straight over that first corner, first apex where the sausage is. And then I know Rico and I've done it as well. You try and sort of skid around the next apex of the right-hander and sausage, and that way it don't upset the car, and you can just roll straight through the whole chicane. What happens if you get it wrong? Well, if you get it wrong, it costs you a lot of time, because you end up in the gravel, or you can easily stamp on the throttle on exit and then spin the rear and end up on the right-hand side of the track in that gravel trap and all. So you're saying, as though you've almost got it nailed, it's still some kind of leap of faith through there, Dave. Every corner on every track's like that. You know how to attack it, but sometimes you could just look at something at the wrong time or whatever, and it can put you off a little bit. But it's the ability to recover and make good of it that's a good asset to have. Racing is all like that, folks. You have to think on your feet all the time. Every corner does not go perfectly every time, and you have to kind of, make the best of what you have, and keep pushing. Exactly that. It really is. There's no textbook. It is, you know how you should attack things, but it doesn't always work out like that, especially if you're in a tussle with another car. I suppose, yeah, that would definitely do it, because if you are, behind another car who's taking the lane that you would have took, you may choose an alternative path to try and, get around them, get up the inside of them, or get the exit on the next corner. I can tell you've been at Damon Punterino's race school, mate, because you are learning the way it works and the lingo. You're doing very well. I'm impressed, Robin. I am kind of, hanging with the homies and, getting my racecraft in check, because I do have a few events lined up with Damon Punterino's race school, I must admit. You know what? I'm going to come and watch you next time you do that. I think that'll be probably hysterically funny, and also, I can give you a bit of support as well. I would definitely appreciate the support, Dave. I'm not sure about the laughing. You love it. But yes, having you around giving me support would be absolutely fantastic, and I would really appreciate it. So folks, we're almost at the halfway point in the race, so let's go down to pit lane and have a quick word with our ex-alcoholic and Saturday night guru, Paddy Fitzwendy. How's it going, Paddy? Many thanks, Robin. I'm down here in pit lane, talking to Blue to bits.
It's Toby Blue, you tosser.
Sorry, Toby. It looked like something else on me sheet. Anyway, moving on. Some have noticed, judging by the amount of people congregating outside the race direction building, that the internet connection is practically non-existent. What measures are you making to get it back working again?
Our maintenance engineers are working tirelessly to ensure that the service is resumed as soon as possible. What do you think?
Tirelessly, you say? They look like they're scratching their heads to me.
Don't be a prat. Our engineers are fully trained to cope with these kind of breakdowns. They're some of the best at what they do, I can assure you.
Well, as you can see from here, one of them is looking at that screwdriver as if he doesn't know where to put it. And I just saw at the corner of my eye a very bright flash from the other one, who's got his head in the box.
No need to worry. These guys are highly educated individuals.
Well, look over there, the guy in the box just turned round and his face is all black and charred. One side of his head has no hair, and the other guy is now holding a fire extinguisher and blasting him in the face. They do not look like highly educated individuals to me. Back to you, Robin.
Eugene, call an ambulance, for God's sake.
Many thanks, Paddy. Brilliant interview, and I hope that fellow gets himself sorted out. It sounded very, very dangerous down there indeed. I know one thing, Robin, looking at him, that's really going to mess his ear up now. It does look very, very nasty indeed. There's a fellow we haven't seen for a while, Haylen Vanetti, running in ninth place. Tried to hold off the attack from Slugsy below the wildcard. Down the straight towards the Parabolica. Slugsy below doing all he can to try and get on the back of Haylen Vanetti, but can Haylen get a good exit out of here? Slugsy below takes that wide slingshot line around the Parabolica. Up the main straight they go. Slugsy got a good run out of there, Dave. Does look like it. He definitely used that slingshot. You know, you get more speed taking the long route, but you feel like you can get on the gas quicker taking the short route. Again, I suppose it's whatever works. Exactly. On board with Archie Angelo, hammering down the back straight, chasing Rico Mortis. Desperately trying to get on the back of Rico and get a podium position. Archie's really tear-bottoming down through here, Dave. I'll tell you what, he really chucks it into Ascari. Look at that. Definitely gaining a bit of ground on Rico, but he'll know he's coming. I'd really like to see Archie get a podium here. That would be fantastic. It really would do his morale a load of good. Rico taking that alternative line around the Parabolica. Seems to be working round there. He's holding Archie off at the moment. It really is fast up through here, people. Archie's actually gaining ground, Robin. He's probably using the boost, which will push him probably up to a good 190 plus mile an hour. Look at that, right on the back of Rico. Archie Angelo like an absolute missile into the Retafilo chicane. Although his exit wasn't so great, Dave. Rico's pulled away again. It can be one of those, slow in, fast out sort of things, or fast in, slow out. You have to work that out for yourself, to be fair. They're a little bit like a constant teeter at the moment. They are, and I'll tell you what, a pit stop is coming up very, very shortly, so somebody will be going in, I would think. I would imagine it's going to be lap 19 for a pit stop. Archie's definitely gaining ground on Rico, no doubt about that. He really does seem to have come alive in this race. It's great to see. Rico really needs to hold this position though, or even get one, even catch Brian, because he really needs every point he can get now to stay in front of Carlos Puntarino. I would imagine Carlos has been watching the board on the left-hand side quite a bit, Dave, because Rico is in 9th off the grid, so Carlos will be watching progress to see what's going on. He'll definitely be doing that. He would have been watching Rico's position change all the time, and he's thinking to himself, hang on a minute, he's coming, but, Carlos is a long way up the road now. I don't think it's possible for anyone to catch him. He has put on one hell of a show this weekend. As Slugsy Malone dives up the inside of Halen Vanatti into Ascari. What a beautiful move that was, Dave. That was well calculated there. I'll tell you what, that was a brilliant move by Slugsy Malone, and it ain't slow into that corner, I'll tell you. That would have been a leap of faith. It was either probably boo or bust, I would have thought, like you would say. I would definitely use that phrase rather than the other, for sure, Dave. I am going to make a concerted effort to, minimise the amount of sort of swear words that I would use in commentary, Robin. It would probably be well appreciated, Dave, I would think. Although I don't think tear-arsing would get me into jail. No, but tear-bottoming does sound slightly better. Yeah, it does, but it don't kind of have that, like fury. When you say, blimey, he was tear-arsing round there. It don't, tear-bottoming don't really have that same ring, does it? You mark my words, Mr. Unshaw, it will catch on. The scary thing is, you're probably right. Perhaps I could do some kind of clothing line and put, I'm a tear-bottomer or something like that. I don't think I'd walk around with a t-shirt with that on it, to be fair, Robin. Definitely not in this day and age. Yes, you could be right, Dave. Oh dear. Anyway, folks, moving on and back to the race. Brian Messiah is trying to shake off Rico Mortis, who is definitely catching up and dragging Archie Angelo with him. On board with Rico Mortis into Retafilo Chicane. That's not a bad line through there, Dave. That looked pretty good there. That was a good line through there. That's where you want to be. If you go any further on the right on that first on the entry point there, you get a penalty, so you got to be very careful there. But yeah, no, that was very good. I think Brian had the better exit though, because he's definitely pulled out a bit more of a gap on Rico there. That's what I mean. Look, see, he went straight over that first sausage and then clipped the other one with the right-hand wheel. Nice and steady. Keeps the car balanced so it doesn't give you any surprises coming out of there. I must admit, I do love these onboard cameras because it's an absolute pleasure to watch some of these drivers at work. It really is, staggering stuff how you can, focus the eye on a certain part of the track and just aim for it every time. It's incredible stuff, folks. It's all part of the trade. You learn how to do it and you try and do it to the best of your ability time and time again. That's how you get consistent lap times. I would imagine that it could be almost described as, like a song, really. You kind of got that beat and then you have the different parts of the song coming in and out. And, you learn to play the song. To be honest, that's not a bad way of describing it, and I get what you're trying to say, it's like learning a new tune, for definite. As Gerd Bees is all over the back of Slugsy Malone. I know these two race in another championship together, and yes, they will definitely want to beat each other, that's for dead cert. These guys are very good, I'll tell you what, they are very welcome in this championship. They're, coming better every time. I know they're taking it a bit steady so as not to get in the way of the championship, which is, very amicable. And as they have huge respect for the guys up front, and they, will not do anything to upset the course of the championship, which is very, very good of them indeed. They have been told to go for it, but, we are in a championship after all, and they do, they respect that a lot, and that is great. They seem very happy to sort of race at the back and, get used to the car before they start pushing for any challenges. I would imagine they'll have a go in the last two rounds, though, Dave. They probably will, and I would, looking at what's happening here today, I would say you're going to see a lot more of the British racing team up the front and all. I think you're right. We will definitely be seeing a lot more of Alexander's and Archangelo towards the front now. Always the last few races of the championship are very, very intense indeed, especially for the drivers that are, on the point of becoming champion. It's really, really, tense stuff. They do put themselves through a hell of a lot. Wyatt Earp running in 4th place though, Dave. He's still at the top of the field. That's fantastic stuff. Absolutely brilliant. I'm really upset for Simon Bouquet though. He's really struggling here. This is one of those tracks where you either love it or you hate it. And I know Rico don't like it, but he has definitely put the time in and, got to grips with it. He's had to, otherwise it's, game over for the championship. Yeah, I suppose, if you want to win, you got to get get it right, basically. You have, but, sometimes, bad results can be soul-destroying, and I feel for Simon, I really do. Yeah, although the championship is great, folks, it really does bring on, a certain amount of pressure. I think all racing brings on a certain amount of pressure. It doesn't matter where you are, who you're racing with, everyone wants to win. And, when it doesn't come, it's, it can really, destroy you. It really does. Carlos Puntarino in 1st place, hammering down the back straight towards Ascari. Let's see how Carlos attacks Ascari. Like a bullet from a gun by the look of it, just clipping the edges of that track. Lovely and smooth through there, Dave. It is like poetry in motion, just like a lot of the drivers when they go through there. It looks really smooth. I'm not sure about Archie's entry and exit mine. That was a bit, on the ragged edge. But yeah, Carlos was very, very smooth through there. I know David Puntarino attacks that like he's on fire as well, Dave. Damon's very, very quick through there, I tell you. Brian Messiah going around the outside of Wyatt Earp. I would imagine Wyatt could be going into the pits, I would think. Yeah, he is, yep. This will be the last chunk of the race now, folks, on lap 22. Brian Messiah sticking over to the right-hand side with Archangelo in hot pursuit going for that 2nd place. Can he make it stick? Brian's missed his braking zone, gone straight on. That will have cost him there, David. That's let Rico through as well. My word, he'll be absolutely cussing himself for that. That was a mistake from Brian there. He must have been looking at some bird in the crowd, I should think. And that, tipped his concentration there for a minute. Whatever it was, that was a very costly mistake. Rico will be looking at the back of Archangelo now and desperately trying to catch up with him. I'm not sure when Archie pitted, but I know Rico pitted a couple of laps ago. I think Archie pitted after Rico, so he's probably on the freshest tyres, Dave. Rico would have had a lap down. Rico's in the gravel trap, that won't help. That will really let Brian, that could easily let Brian get on the back of him again. Rico's got to watch it now. He's in a really good position now. He's only 2 off with Carlos. He ain't going to catch Carlos, there's no way, but unless Carlos, has a serious crash. But yeah, that's a good position from 9th, definitely. Hopefully Archangelo can bring this one home. He's pulled out one hell of a gap on Rico already. Alexander's is in 6th place, chasing Halen Van Eddy. If he could get past to get into the top 5 as well, this will be a cracking result for team, for British Racing Team. Absolutely, I'd love to see this. Top 5 results, the pair of them, that would be fantastic. They really do need a good result, to be fair. David Puntarino is lurking in the background. Alexander's knows he's coming. Damon's in blisteringly fast, doing the Damon wiggle up the main straight. Yeah, Damon's must be using some of that boost, Dave, I would think. He could well be. A lot of the drivers save it till the end of the race, and then maybe what Damon's doing now, he might be using some of it. He is shaking off a penalty, though, by the look of it. He is almost on the back of Alex now. Alex will be clutching that steering wheel like his life depends on it. He knows David Puntarino's coming. Can David? Oh, David's in the gravel trap. That's a costly mistake for David Puntarino. His concentration must have wandered there. He must have seen something at the trackside that caught his eye. If I know Damon Puntarino, that would have been a bit of grumble and shunt at the side of the track, I would have thought. You call me for using slag, Dave? What the hell does that mean? Well, grumble and shunt, innit? You know, a nice lady. I don't think you'd be able to use that at the bar. You're probably going to punch in the nose, I would have thought. Do not discount a bit of grumble and shunt, mate. They say romance is dead, but I don't believe it. You know, you use terms like that and you are, you know, putting yourself in a good position. More than likely right at the end of someone's fist, I would think. Nah, this day and age, you've got a world of girls, and you know, using stuff like that, they love it. I don't know what kind of girls you're mixing with, Dave, but yes, that is very, very questionable indeed. Anyway, moving on. Rico Mortis is managing to hold off Brian Messiah. Down to Biasono they go. Brian desperately trying to claw back some kind of speed and get on the back of Rico and challenge him for that third place. I hate to say it, but I hope Rico maintains that third position because it's going to push the championship into the last 2 rounds. And when we go to Japan for the last 2 rounds, it's going to make it really close in the last few rounds of the championship. You know, I can see this going down to the wire, Dave, I really do. You know, Carlos will probably get a good result in Fuji, but if Rico can maintain a top 3 position, that'll put him in good contention for the championship, but also Carlos as well. And, it's going to be, I think this is definitely going to go to the final round. You know, and I really hope it does, because it'll be fantastic to have the decider in the final round. That is fantastic. You know, it's great for somebody to win the championship early, but, you know, when it goes to the final round and it's like, you know, poo or bust, it's, it's fantastic stuff. I 100% agree with you there, Dave. It's amazing stuff when that happens, and it's so good. But in the meantime, Slugsy Malone is harassing his friend Gert Bees into the Ascari chicane. Out they go. Gert Bees desperately trying to hold off Slugsy. Slugsy's going to have none of it, though. These two are in a race together now. Down towards the Parabolica they go. Slugsy trying to get on the back of him. Gert Bees takes that early turn. Slugsy Malone goes around the outside, taking that long run. But he's got the draft up the main straight. Slugsy's probably using a little bit of boost as well. He shoots up the inside of Gert Bees. Can he make it stick on the braking zone down into Retafilo? Slugsy slips in front of Gert Bees. He's late on the brakes. Can he get it stopped? Almost runs on there, Dave. That was so close. Slugsy Malone must have been standing on those brakes, I should think, going into there. Gert Bees was probably laughing all the way in, I would have thought. But now we have role reversal, folks, because Gert Bees is in the slipstream this time. Into the Seconda chicane. Gert Bees is right on the back of Slugsy Malone. Gert loses a bit of traction coming out. Goes onto the grass and keeps that mode for us. Down towards Lesbo 1. Can Gert get onto the back of Slugsy Malone, or is that job done? Slugsy's pulling away. Gert Bees doing all he can to hang on. Touches a little bit of that gravel there. That won't do him any favours. Ladies and gentlemen, please disperse from outside the race direction building. To assist with your dispersal, a water cannon tank and riot police are inbound, ETA 5 minutes. I should warn you, a crack to the noggin from one of their truncheons is very unpleasant. You will be arrested, providing you are still conscious and caught red-handed lobbing items at the building, police or tech team. Thank you. I tell you what, Dave, he gets on my nerves as well. That was a brilliant bit there. Gert Bees shot around Slugsy Malone coming down the back straight into Ascari. And now Slugsy Malone is right on the back of Gert Bees down the main straight. Halen Van Eddy is also joining this scrap. Slugsy Malone goes for the inside line. Can he get it stopped this time? He does. Gert Bees still trying to go around the outside of him. Slugsy goes a bit wide, almost touching the gravel. Halen Van Eddy's now on the back of Gert Bees into Biasono. Using that slipstream, can he make a move down into the Seconda chicane? Down he goes. Gert Bees is managing to hold him off. Halen Van Eddy won't want to upset anybody though. Into the chicane they go, banging into that sausage on the exit. Down towards Lesbo 1. Gert Bees right up the jacksie of Slugsy Malone. Into Lesbo 2. Who will get the drive? Gert Bees has caught the gravel trap and spun out. That's very unfortunate for Gert Bees. He put on one hell of an attack there, Dave. Oh, I felt so sorry for him there. I could see him in the background. He just went wide, caught the gravel, and it chucked him straight across the other side of the track. That was that was awful, that was. One hell of a scrap. We thoroughly enjoyed that. Carlos Punterino, lap 27, still holding his own, doing a fastest lap of the race so far at 128.2. Is there no stopping this man in Italy? I don't think there is, Robin. You know, it's a track he enjoys. He's got his car set up right. You know, he's going for it, and I don't blame him. Brian Messiah in 4th place. He's falling back a little bit now, Dave, I feel. Made a couple of mistakes here and there, Brian. You know, and this is also one of his favourite tracks. You know, he'll still be pushing hard. He will not give up, that's for sure. Slapping that sausage on the exit. Can Archangelo bring the 2nd place home? Absolutely fantastic stuff. Alexander's in 5th. Running a really, really good top 5 here, Dave. I did wonder how this was going to turn out for Alex and Archie, but, you know, they're both doing a cracking job at the minute. Archie in 2nd and Alex running in 5th. That is, you know, great. If they can just keep their calm now and just bring it home. Don't push too hard. They've got it. Just bring it home. Absolutely. It could, you know, you could try and push as hard as you can to get to the next guy, but sometimes you have to just say, well, you know what, I'm in a good position here. I'll just bring it home now and back off a little bit and not ruin my race. Just as you said that, Archangelo binned it. I wasn't talking about Archie, so that can't be classed as commentator's curse. That's not good for Archangelo. Let's hope he can get going again and bring the 2nd place home. But Rico Mortis is closing down. Archie will be on dirty tyres as well. Rico could very well get onto the back of him here. What's this penultimate lap now? We're almost halfway round the last, you know, 2nd to last lap. Archie knows he's there. Oh, Rico's right on him now. This is going to be one hell of a finale here, folks. Rico wants that 2nd place, and so does Archangelo. He ain't going to let it go easy. That's a dead cert. Around Lesmo, Archie be desperate not to make any more mistakes, but he did whack a bit of that grass on that exit there, Dave. You can take a bit of that apex, you know, the grass on it, but you've got to be careful. Rico catching up to the back of Archangelo now, though. He must have got a spurt on or something. I don't know what's going on. Archangelo weaving from side to side. Is that supposed to try and put people off, Dave, or what's that all about? I don't think that is, you know, a good thing to be doing, to be fair, because he's not only is he putting the person behind off, but he's also slowing himself down and wrecking his tyres by swinging from left to right. He's doing it again now. That has slowed him down. Rico Mortis has got the drive, tries to go up the inside of Archangelo. Looks like he's getting pushed over to the right-hand side. Archie looked like he pushed him onto the grass there, Dave. I'm not sure whether that was a mistake or not. That was a very questionable move there. You know, Archie definitely did not give Rico enough room to make that manoeuvre. I know in the, you know, the thrill of the racing and, you know, the concentration and tensions going high, it's easy to make a silly mistake like that. And I don't think Archie made it intentionally, but definitely did not give Rico Mortis enough room there. I would imagine Race Direction will have something to say about that. They will probably, they may well, you know, they'll analyse the footage and, you know, see what happened there, but that was very, very questionable indeed, and I think that, you know, Archie may well get a penalty for that. Let's not take the limelight away from Carlos Punterino, who brings it home in Monza. A fantastic win for Carlos Punterino and Team Alien. Brilliant job, well done, Carlos. Archangelo down the back straight for the last time with Rico Mortis on tow. Definitely upset Rico's flow there, Dave. Oh, definitely he has, no doubt about that. Around the parabolica for the last time. Archangelo getting a fantastic 2nd place. Hopefully 2nd place anyway. Well done, Archie. Great result. Rico crosses the line in 3rd. That will really help his championship. Brian Messiah crosses the line in 4th place. Well done, Mr. Messiah. You brought it home. And Alexander's top 5. Absolutely fantastic for the British racing team. Wyatt Earp in 6th place. Great result for Wyatt Earp, that is, Dave. Fantastic stuff. Well done, Wyatt. Brilliant that was. Damon Punterino crossing the line in 7th. I think that must be his lowest result so far, I would think. Halen Van Eddy crossing the line in 8th. Well done, Halen. That's that one over and done with, thank God, he says. Slugsy Malone and Gert B still battling it out for that ninth place. Slugsy surely got the line and then run out of the parabolica to bring it over the line. Slugsy gets a great exit. Gert B's trying desperately to beat him over the line. Slugsy Malone straight into the barrier on the pit lane entry. What the hell happened there? That give Gert B's ninth place. Slugsley must have seen one of the Brolly girls, I would think. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of fit, grumble and shunt round here. So let's take a closer look at the race results. In first place, Carlos Punterino. Second place, Artie Angelo, which is under investigation. And third, Rico Mortis. Fourth, Brian Messiah. Fifth, Alex Anders. Sixth for Wyatt Earp. And seventh for David Punterino. Eighth for Halen Van Eddy. Ninth, Slugsy Malone. 10th, Gert Bies. And Simon Bouquet in 11th place. Artie Fanati is away and Lydia Champagne did not race because of a technical. A fantastic win at Monza for Carlos Punterino. Archie Angelo has been demoted to third place after that questionable manoeuvre, and Rico Mortis obviously promoted to second place. So let's take a look at the championship results after round one. Rico Mortis at the top of the table on 171 points, with Carlos Punterino closing up with 152. Brian Messiah on 128, and David Punterino with 119 points. Artie Fanati, who is away, on 88 points. Halen Van Eddy on 79. Alex Anders on 72. Simon Bouquet in 8th on 54 points, with Archie Angelo on 62. Lydia Champagne on 24. And Wyatt Earp, who has only joined us on a few rounds, on 20 points. Slugsy Malone and Gert Bies do not qualify as they are wildcards. So let's take a look at the team results. Team Kawasaki at the top of the table on 224, with Kienus on 206, with Alien on 165, 138 for Team Tiger, and the British Racing Team on 101, with Affinity Racing on 88 points. Well, that's it, folks. Hopefully you can join us on the 6th of November as we broadcast from Japan and the mighty circuit at the foot of Mount Fuji for the penultimate round. But for now, from me, Dave, and the team, thanks for watching, take care, and goodbye.
Let's go!